Hi, this is Dr. Lynn Johnson, and we are here with Jessica.
Yes,
We did an interview with you a while back,
that's right.
and you and I did some work on your running.
That's correct.
Well, tell me what you remember about that, Jessica.
Well, over a month ago, I went to you to talk to you about just having more confidence in the marathon. I'd had a couple bad experiences, so came to you. You did some visualization exercises with me to do the week before the marathon each day. And so I could show up to that starting line with confidence and make it to the finish line and have a good experience. So, and it went well. I had a good time. I qualified for Boston. And then I still wanted to...
Wait.
Oh,
and you left out something. How did you finish in that race?
Well, I did finish 7th women overall and 1st in my age group. I am over 40 years old, and so there's a special age group for those women who are over 40, and I won that age group.
And you won the age group.
That's right.
Did they give you a medal?
No.
Or,
They did give me a little...
or something?
Yeah, they gave me a little plaque to put somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yes.
Do you have other plaques?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
They're in a drawer.
Okay, that's a good place to keep those plaques.
I know. I should get them out.
And so you did well, and then I understand you ran another marathon.
I received a free entry into another marathon, so I took advantage of the free entry to practice my fueling and to finish strong.
Yes.
I'm noticing with the 40-year-old body, I need more calories, so I wanted to practice that. And that's what I was concentrating on with my visualization from the skills I learned from you, into focusing on this race. It's all about fueling, and that was my mantra through the whole event.
Yeah.
And it went better. I had a better time on a harder course, so it was wonderful.
A better time on a harder course.
Very encouraging. Very encouraging.
And were you the last in your age group?
No, I don't even know how I placed my age group because of all the women. I came in 3rd overall. So then that knocks me out of the age groups. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They won't even give you your age group.
No, because I came in the top 3 ladies. And so they gave me $100 for that, and I'll put that towards another pair of shoes, running shoes.
Yeah.
Well, these are worn down.
Oh, those are old ones.
Yeah.
Rotate it down. Show them the old shoes.
These are really nice and worn. Yeah. My shoes are usually one of the dirtier pair.
Yeah.
Because I actually use them.
You've actually put some miles on these.
These have miles, yes.
Good. All right. So let's talk about the mental training.
Okay.
So what's your thinking on that? Did it do you some good?
Yes, it keeps me focused. It does. It keeps me focused, and it keeps me on track with my thinking, and it does keep you confident in what you're trying to accomplish that day.
Yeah.
And then all those other thoughts, the negative thoughts, all those things that do creep in, you just don't give that any energy. You don't give it any. You just say that's not what we're focusing on right now. So the self-talk, it's a huge benefit into the marathon or any experience.
Great. So you'd recommend that to other people?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Right.
I'm telling my other friends about it. Yeah.
And in fact, do you remember what I told you about that? I said that you ought to teach your other friends.
Yes.
The same skills that you've learned.
That's right.
Because when you teach it to someone else, it's yours. See? It becomes yours. And so by giving it away, it'll really become yours. It won't be my technique or my thing. It'll be your technique.
That's right.
So I'm a great believer in you giving things away. And what do your friends say about your mental training?
They're encouraged for me. I have other goals coming up in the future, and they have belief in me that with what my new skills are, with my self-talk and my visualization, that I'm going to be able to accomplish those goals. Yes.
Yeah.
So my training partners are really excited to see what happens.
Yeah. There's a lot of things we learn from this kind of report. Obviously, one of the things that helps Jessica do well is she has training partners. She does work with other people, and they give her support. They give her encouragement. The mental training has turned out to be pretty darn helpful to you. That last race, you felt better at the end than you generally have ever felt. Isn't that true?
Since my 30s, yes. As the 40-year-old woman runner, I've had some bad experiences, and so this was very encouraging.
Yeah.
Very encouraging, yes.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. You'd recommend it to other people?
Yes, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I'll send
everybody,
everyone to Dr.
Get in on
Johnson.
this. Get in on this. You know,
Yeah.
get some mental training. I am fairly certain that there's not a world-class athlete in the world that doesn't use some form of mental training.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think elite athletes do need to have a focus and self-talk and mental training as a piece of their overall fitness and getting to that high level of achievement.
We're talking about mental fitness as well as the physical. You're in charge of your physical fitness, you're in charge of the fueling, you're in charge of those kind of things, and then a little bit of coaching turns you into a highly focused,
That's
mentally
right.
ready person.
It is a piece of the puzzle. It definitely is.
All right, good, good. Well, there's your bottom line. We're going to describe the actual training that we did.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Where did we start? Well, first thing I did is I just got you to relax and get calm and
Right.
centered and
Right.
and kind of tuned in on yourself. People will use hypnosis for that. You can use meditation tools for that. There's all kinds of ways to get to that focused kind of state. And so once you got in that focused state, what did I ask you to think about?
Well, you asked me to think about the day of the race and to start the experience at the finish line with me finishing the marathon and being happy with the results of the marathon and feeling good about crossing that finish line.
Yeah.
And just that feeling of accomplishment. So that's where we started, was at the finish line.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that an interesting
Yeah.
place to start?
Right. So we started where the accomplishment
Yeah,
occurs.
It's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
It's done. The fait accompli, I think the French say. It's a done deal, accomplished fact.
That's right.
Then where did we go with your mental training?
Then we worked backwards. The marathon is a 26.2 mile race. So at the finish line is where we started, and then we worked backwards to mile 25. And
Yes.
then what I was going to self-talk at that point, and then we went back on to 24 to mile 19 and 20, where runners tend to hit the wall at that place in a marathon, and the wall is where your body just isn't responding to what your brain's telling it to do, kind of place, unless you're
Yeah.
fueling,
Yeah.
well. So we went back to that place, and that what we call the middle place for our marathon, my marathon, and
See, that's an interesting thing.
yes,
Around 19 or 20 is the middle of the marathon.
it is.
Because that last 6 or 7 miles,
It's
It
where
takes-
races are won and lost for
Right
the
there.
marathon. It is. It really truly is. It's where people become champions or they just fade, and they don't reach what their potential was in their fitness. So it's
Yeah.
it's a really crucial part of the event.
Now, the longest race I ever ran when I was running, and I ran in my 30s and early 40s, and then my knees got arthritis in them and I had to quit that. The longest race I ever ran was 5 miles. I used to run some 5Ks. On training days, I'd go out and run 6 or 8 miles, but I never ran a race of 7 or 8 or 9 miles. But that doesn't matter, because what you're going to do is interview the expert. See? And you find out, in this case from Jessica, well, where's your critical point?
Between 19 and 20.
Yeah.
And then those last miles after that middle place. Yeah,
So we're going to start out at the end,
right.
then we're going to work into the middle part, see? And then we eventually do what?
We went back to the starting line where how I am going to feel before the race even begins.
Yes.
How I'm approaching the whole event. What am I thinking about what's going to happen and occur? And that confidence and knowing that I'm going to accomplish something wonderful.
Yes.
It's a very good feeling to have, knowing I'm ready to go, and I'm confident, and this is going to be a great experience.
Wonderful.
So that's showing up with such a positive energy and feeling even before the event begins was just crucial. It's huge. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well, that's enough for this part of the tape. We're going to, I think we'll have Jessica stick around. We'll do a little more of a training tape in a minute.
Okay.
But enjoyed having you here. Thanks a lot for listening in, watching. And one other thing I ought to say.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So here's an athlete, right?
That's right.
Yeah, here's an athlete. Suppose you were frightened of speaking in public and you were working in a job where you had to give talks.
Okay.
Do you think you could do exactly the same process?
Oh, I definitely, yes. You start at the finish and you work backwards and you just have that confidence even before it begins.
That's right.
That it's going to go okay.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, you rehearse feelings the way you'd rehearse, a piece on the guitar or something where you're going to play a song and you rehearse it and rehearse it. Well, you rehearse your feelings the same way. How do I feel at the end? How do I feel just before the end? How do I feel in the middle? How do I feel at the beginning? And those become skills that you put in to the process. And it can be done with running. It can be done with any athletic event. And, frankly, it can be done with any performance, which, to some extent, we all have to do.
It is
We
a
all have
part
to
of
do it.
life. We're always, something shows up every day that we may not feel completely comfortable with, but if we can visualize,
Yes.
then it works through those hard moments.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks to Jessica for sitting in on this, and thanks to all of you for watching. Leave your comments. We'll see you again.